Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 British Tech Tree Medium. The FE4202. Honestly, a really fun tank. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of skill, but if you know what you're doing, you can have a really fun time in this tank. First of all, it's got 440 high explosive damage. And not only that, but it has good pen, over 230 millimeters if you're running calibrated. Not only that, it has decent DPM, it's got 10 degrees of gun depression, great mobility, and some of the goofiest hull armor in the game. Skilled players are smart enough to either shoot it in the track wheels or the turret, but most not so skilled players think, oh, let me shoot at the largest surface area, the hull. They don't aim that much, boom, bounces. And even if you do shoot the turret, it's still very troll. It gets a lot of bounces that it shouldn't sometimes, but that's what makes the 4202 fun. And to pair that, you have a gun that is really nice. The only thing that I don't like about the 4202 is its on movement dispersion. This gun really likes to derp, and I don't know why, but it does. Its base dispersion is great, but the on move, wish it was a little bit better. That's what I'll say. Well, we got a bunch of heavies, and looks like our heavies are going town. I don't fully want to go town, but whatever. Let's try and cut through here. And I think the best play right now is going to be to move all the way up right into this bush. And there you go. We've spotted some enemy tanks already. And we'll chill right here. This way, if anything tries crossing, we can get a quick early game shot out. For example, the IS-7. Nice 356. And we back up. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. We have the Kampfpanzer, who's probably trying to sniff me out right now. But I'm not giving that Kampfpanzer the shot. So he can wait all day if he wants. He's not getting it. Ain't no way. We do have the IS-7, which I can't hit right now. Maybe if the IS-7 pokes, I can. Nope. Oh, that, though, that can hit me. And that's going to be minus, yep, 600, of course. Why? Why do we do that? You just went from 1500 health to basically 0 for that play. You killed yourself to pen me once. So I guess if that was your goal, you did accomplish it. But I don't think it was a very good goal. Alright, let's reload again. There's no way that this WZ is still trying to poke me. I'm going to aim it on the side of the IS-7. There you go. Nice 380. And yeah, that IS-7's probably not having... I have to cross this. I don't have a choice. The level of enemy tanks over here is a serious problem. This Fanric needs to move out of my way. All right, I'm good. I'm good. All right, let's aim it on the IS-7. Nice. Needed to hit that before it became a problem. Kampfpanzer is still an issue. And the problem is, while I'd love to be able to deal with that Kampfpanzer, I'm going to have to wait. All right, let's see. There's the enemy KPZ. Let's aim in. There you go. Nice 311. You know, it's funny, we're driving a tank that has HESH, and we have not penned a single high explosive shell yet. It's not to say that we can't, but we haven't had the opportunity yet. We have the enemy Ag Tiger in front. We have the enemy KPZ still over here. And this Kampfpanzer has to make a decision. I don't know if he wants to right now. Love to be able to push that 50B, but I just can't. With the Fanric on our side, though, at least we're not really in a rushable situation. Alright, that guy gets shot twice. Gets shot 3 times. We get a nice 550 high explosive. While the 50B does kill my teammate, now that gives me the ability to aim another high explosive on this player. And, well, our team should be able to take them out, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. Which leaves us with the Kampfpanzer right here, which we get a nice 472 into the lower plate of. Reload again. We do have our adrenaline cooking. I literally can't do anything to that Yag Target, even if I wanted to. But you know what? If you show me your lower plate, I will. Oh, never mind. Oh, great. There it is. There it is. There it is. Thanks, 777. I appreciate it, my guy. Thanks. Let me type that in chat. It must be hard for teammates to look where they're driving. It must be. Like, what are we doing, bro? I almost died because of that 777, and it screwed up our shot. So we lost out on damage, and we almost died. We got a little lucky that we didn't die. Still did pretty good, 3,700 damage, but really, my dude? Really? You just gotta, like, drive into me. Whatever. I always say it, teammates driving into me is by far the most irritating thing in the game. Just because your prerogative is to push doesn't mean mine is, especially if I'm a one-shot. I don't need people pushing me because they need to get out damage, right? So I was there first. Oh well. Let's see what we can do in this game, and hopefully it'll be a good battle, and then we'll call it. But yeah, as you saw, even in the first game, we didn't get really any HESH shells out until we started shooting the 50B. And then once we did, we really ripped out damage. But for the most part, 4202 doesn't really shoot that much HESH, unless you have the side or exposed weak points of an enemy. But for now, we're going to wait. See if anything tries to cross, what exactly happens. There's the enemy 50B. Aha! That makes sense. Perfect shot. Couldn't have even named it better myself. And yet... Alright, let's see. What is this 50B going to do? They have a couple options. The first option is to poke and try and trade with me, which I don't think is going to be a good choice. Oh, there it is. And 207 non-penning. Okay. They have two 183s, so... yeah. There goes 1,300 off of our E100. Good job, my dude. Why would you make that play? Like, what in your brain thought that making that play was going to be smart? It's fine, because I'm still alive, and I can move up and try and get some damage into the side of the Yag Tiger. Let's do that right now. There you go, 456. That brings the Yag Tiger down to a one-shot. And if we keep on flanking, that Yag Tiger is going to be a none shot. There you go, no health left on that player. We have the FE2 V183 over here. And I need to figure out how I want to deal with this player, because obviously the 183 is a big threat. Get a nice 460 into his tank. The other 183 just fired, which is obviously pretty important. But I still don't... of course, bro. Of course. 1,025. Nah. Get out of the game, my dude. Yeah, 438. Enjoy. Yep. Have fun with that. Bye-bye. Honestly, I think it was worth it to bleed that health. That was an awful HE roll. That should have rolled like 500. Alright, let's try one more high explosive. Boom. That was also not a great roll. But it's fine. We're dealing damage. We're getting out shots. Let's aim it on the T22. Can't high explosive, but we do get a pen. I may bled a lot of health to poke that 183, but I actually think it was worth it. We're already up to 4,000 damage at this point, which is a lot when you think about it. And we're not even close to being dead. C22 really wants to tunnel me. You can do that all day. I don't really care. I'm going to ignore you, and I'm going to let you fight that player. We need to deal with this CS. That is the big threat right now. However, that's not going to happen, and that means I'm now stuck in a really awkward position. All right, let's see. Let's see what this enemy CS ends up doing. Bro, there's no freaking way that this... oh my god, E100, there's no way you're that bad at the game, my dude. There's no way you're that bad at the game. We have to jump down here so that the CS can't hit me. We still have the E100 alive, which is obviously quite important. That doesn't pen. If that had penned, it single-handedly probably would have won us the game. But once again, this is Blitz, and I will never, ever, ever have good RNG. So, kind of sucks. Alright, and let's keep waiting here. I need to take this player out of the game. It needs to happen. And it needs to happen now. So we're going to push this player and... okay, there you go. 96. Not enough to kill me. Let's reload. Let's put on a nice tracking shot. Unfortunately for me, there's really no world I'm going to be able to... oh! I can't believe that. We actually just won. Wow. I don't know if we gun blocked him or what happened, but we actually won. I can't believe that. Wow. Well, there you go. 5,336 damage, 4 kills. We got a first class, and a pretty crazy result for the 4202. That was a much, much better game to showcase where the gun works. Honestly, I don't think bleeding that health to the 183 was a bad play. That E100 would have died immediately, and I needed that E100 for HP later in that game to not only distract the T22, but also just be an HP shield so I could farm. It's why super heavies are still nice to have on your team, even if they are players that literally have no clue what they're doing. Also, 60%er, you are a 60%er, my guy. The dude who couldn't kill a one-shot T22 for like a minute. I had to kill the T22. I cannot believe that. That's insane. Either way, pretty good game. 4202 is a blast, and if you want to always drive a fun tank, I would definitely recommend to try this thing out. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to click that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.